Imagine you're standing in a hallway with two doors. Behind door A is everything you've been taught. Go to school, get a safe job, work for 40 years, and hope the pension covers your bills. Behind door B is something different. It's the path of the misfits, the people who don't work for money, but make money work for them. Most people choose door A because they were programmed to fear the unknown. But today, we are ripping the hinges off door B. We are combining the two most powerful wealth philosophies ever written, Napoleon Hill's psychological laws of success and Robert Kiyosaki's financial intelligence. If you give me the next few minutes, I am going to deprogram your poor dad mind and install the Think and Grow Rich software. By the time this video ends, the way you look at a dollar bill will have changed forever. You aren't just watching a video, you're attending a funeral for your old broke self. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years studying the richest men on earth, and his first discovery was this: thoughts are things. Kiyosaki's poor dad was a highly educated man. He had PhDs and titles, but he had a poor mindset. He would look at a luxury car and say, "I can't afford that." Hill would say that poor dad just cast a spell on himself. When you say, "I can't afford it," your brain stops working. It shuts down. The rich dad, however, followed Hill's principle of autosuggestion. He would ask, "How can I afford that?" This one shift in language moves you from a victim to a creator. The poor dad worked for a paycheck, a temporary fix to a permanent problem. The rich dad worked for assets. The first 10 minutes of your journey to wealth isn't about the bank, it's about the brain. You have to develop what Hill calls a definiteness of purpose. Do you want to be comfortable, or do you want to be free? Because you can't be both. Now let's talk about the trap. Robert Kiyosaki calls it the rat race. You get a raise, so you buy a bigger house. You get a bonus, so you buy a faster car. You're working harder, but you're just running faster on a wheel that belongs to the bank. Napoleon Hill calls this drifting. You are drifting through life without a plan, led by your emotions, specifically fear and greed. Fear of not having money keeps you in a job you hate. Greed makes you spend that money on liabilities that you think are assets. A rich dad knows the difference. An asset puts money into your pocket, real estate, stocks, intellectual property. A liability takes money out of your pocket, your car, your designer clothes, and yes, even your own home. Hill says you need a mastermind group to escape this. You cannot get rich alone. You need to surround yourself with people who talk about cash flow, not just job security. If you're the smartest person in your circle is a cage. Poor dad believed in general education. He thought the more degrees you had, the more money you'd make. But the world is full of educated people who are broke. Napoleon Hill dedicated an entire chapter to specialized knowledge. He realized that knowledge is only potential power. It only becomes real power when it is organized into a plan of action. Rich Dad didn't care about being the smartest guy in the room. He cared about being the guy who hired the smartest guys. He focused on financial literacy. He learned how taxes work, how corporations work, and how the legal system protects the wealthy. While the poor dad was studying how to write a resume, the rich dad was studying how to read a balance sheet. Are you spending your time learning a skill that makes you a better employee, or a skill that makes you a business owner? Finally, we come to the most important trait, persistence. Napoleon Hill said that failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony. It loves to trip you up right when success is within reach. Most people quit 3 feet from gold. Robert Kiyosaki lost everything at one point. He lived in a car with his wife. He was broke, but he said, "Being broke is temporary. Being poor is eternal." Poor is a state of mind. Broke is just a financial condition. If you want to save yourself, you have to stop playing it safe. Poor dad's mantra was, "Don't lose." Rich dad's mantra was, "Learn to win." To win, you have to be willing to lose. You have to fail, learn, and adjust. As we close these 40 minutes, I want you to look at your life. Are you building someone else's empire, or are you building your own? Nobody is coming to hand you a check for $1 million. You have to think and grow rich. You have to become the person who is capable of attracting that wealth. The rat race ends the moment you decide to stop running. The door to freedom is open. Step through it